Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a mind-blowing Marvel theory that's been buzzing around ever since Michael Gandolfini joined the cast of Daredevil Born Again. What if his character Daniel Blake isn't just another loyal employee to Wilson Fisk, but is actually Fisk's biological son? This theory might sound out there, but stick around as we break down all the juicy details and clues that make this idea actually make a lot of sense. First off, let's talk about Daniel Blake. Michael Gandolfini, who many of you know for his standout performance as a teenage Tony Soprano in The Many Saints of Newark, plays Daniel Blake in Daredevil Born Again. At first glance, Daniel comes off as a passionate, devoted young man who idolizes Wilson Fisk. He's shown to be a huge fan of Fisk, almost to the point of worship, and that dedication is what catches Fisk's attention. Now, we know Fisk is a complicated figure with a long and dark history. So, when you see him take a special interest in Daniel, it raises a lot of questions.
Where did you find him, Sheila?
He canvassed 2,000 signatures for us, and he was cheap, sir.
Now, here's where things get really interesting. Some fans have noticed subtle hints and even some striking similarities between Daniel and Fisk. For instance, during an early diner scene, Fisk talks about a previous attempt at mentorship that went wrong, a reference that might be more significant than it first appears. While that conversation seems to be about another character entirely, it can also be interpreted as Fisk hinting at a past he's trying to fix now. It makes you wonder if Fisk is trying to redeem a failed attempt at fatherhood by taking Daniel under his wing. Daniel's unwavering loyalty, combined with his almost desperate admiration for Fisk, could be more than just that of a fanboy. Consider this. In the comics, Wilson Fisk has had sons who eventually play key roles in his criminal empire. Richard Fisk, for example, is a known heir to Fisk's legacy. Although Daniel Blake isn't a character from the comics, the idea that Fisk might have a secret son isn't far-fetched. The show has made several references to fathers and legacy throughout its run, and Daniel's character fits perfectly into that narrative. Michael Gandolfini's casting itself raises some eyebrows. He's already known for portraying young heirs and characters with deep connections to powerful figures. It wouldn't be surprising if the writers were to drop more clues hinting at a familial bond between Fisk and Daniel.
Just want to say that I am so stoked to put you over the top.
Now let's talk about why this theory could actually work for the MCU. For one, it would add layers of complexity to Fisk's character. Imagine the internal conflict Fisk would face if he were to discover he has a son. On one hand, he's the ruthless crime lord who has built an empire on loyalty and fear. On the other, there's a chance to form a legacy through a son who might one day inherit his power. This would not only create compelling drama, but also make his relationship with Daniel all the more intricate. Instead of just being a mentor or a political ally, Fisk could see Daniel as the one person who might redeem him, or potentially continue his dark legacy. Another point to consider is the emotional journey for Daniel Blake himself. So far, he comes off as somewhat naive and overly devoted. If it turns out that he's actually Fisk's son, that revelation would completely upend his understanding of who he is and why he admires Fisk so much. It could be a defining moment for his character, setting him on a path where he must confront his true identity, struggle with his loyalty, and decide whether he wants to follow in Fisk's footsteps or forge his own destiny. This theory also adds a fresh twist to the ongoing narrative in Daredevil Born Again. Up until now, much of the show has focused on the intricate power plays within New York's political and criminal worlds. Revealing a hidden familial connection between Fisk and Daniel would ramp up the stakes even further, forcing characters like Matt Murdock and even Fisk's estranged wife Vanessa to re-examine their roles in his life. It would inject new drama into an already complex storyline, and potentially pave the way for future seasons where family ties become a central theme. Lastly, while the theory is still speculative, it's rooted in the idea that sometimes the subtlest hints in a show are the ones that matter most. Filmmakers love to plant seeds early on that pay off later, and with Daniel's character being relatively new, there's plenty of room for his backstory to evolve. Fans are already picking up on his intense devotion to Fisk, his mannerisms, and even his physical resemblance in certain ways to Fisk, all of which add up to a tantalizing possibility that he could indeed be the secret son.
What's your name, son?
Daniel Blake.
Daniel. I'm impressed with your enthusiasm.
So what do you think? Could Michael Gandolfini's Daniel Blake really be Wilson Fisk's long-hidden son? Does this theory add a new layer of depth to Daredevil Born Again? Or is it just another fan speculation? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into Marvel lore, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more insider theories and updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.
I mean, Fisk Can Fix It is trending hard. We should not change a thing.